Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Ask Me Anything. It's pretty simple. I'll be answering questions from the thousands of athletes that follow our daily programming. If you have a question or topic you want submitted, go to garagegymathlete.com/AMA. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. Jerred Moon here with Joe Courtney. What's up, Joe?
AMA Day.
Dude, your beard is getting legendary.
It's covering my mouth.
I just
getting
call
in the
it
way
out
of
every
eating now.
podcast. But
yeah,
the reason I had to call it out today is because this is on YouTube and people can see it. So
the evolution of
everyone come. Yeah, just start watching past AMAs where it's me and Joe and just.
Yeah, I don't trim it. I only keep it off the neck.
Maybe
that's just bothersome.
I'll put together like the evolution of the beard.
Yeah, I think there's ways to like do the picture fade where if you just layer a bunch of them on top of each other, just almost like a time lapse.
Well, it's looking good, man. I just don't think you should ever get rid of it.
Yeah, Liz is not going to be on board with that one. I don't think I will either. After I had soup yesterday.
You were outvoted.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I have a very Justin Timberlake-esque beard. It's real thin. The only reason I'm telling this story is because if it gets like longer than it is right now, I get like angry. I just hate it. I don't know how you made it past that stage. Was there a super annoying stage?
It's still there. I mean, I don't think there's not an annoying stage.
All right.
Like it just goes up and down of like I get annoyed a little bit and then it's like, yeah, I just get used to that a little bit. But now it's like getting in my mouth and like I go to eat soup and like it dips in the soup and then I'm just dripping soup off of me. Like I can't eat. Like I'm just a child.
Love it.
But speaking of awesome mustaches for getting food in, milk mustaches.
Yeah, I was taking it too far down the beard path and I'm apologizing.
Tying it in.
So, yeah, we got a question. We are doing Ask Me Anything today. So we got a question from Christopher. Christopher said, you guys talk about not doing dairy and eating low-carb diets a lot, we talk about that a lot, which are great things to do for many people. But what is your take on chocolate milk as a recovery drink after a hard workout? So chocolate milk for recovery. I'm going to let you start, man. Like, what do you think? Is it good, bad? Somewhere in between?
I think a lot of people love it, and I have done it in the past because it's great for like if you can handle dairy for starters, or if I try and avoid dairy now, but in the past, like if I really needed something quick, or like I used to drive a couple hours to go play lacrosse, and then I'd drive home, but I wouldn't like pack protein or anything like that, so I would stop at the gas station, and they would have chocolate milk and water, and that's basically what I would drink on the way back, and that's good enough impromptu recovery. But just because like I used it for that doesn't mean that that's the preferred. It's just sometimes you just got to throw something in there just to do it. So it's not terrible, but it's not like the first choice.
Yeah, I think the big asterisk to what you said is if you can handle dairy and you're really confident in your dairy consumption. I've actually done chocolate milk in the past as well. That was a phenomenon, I guess. It kind of swept the nation as the chocolate milk people. Have you ever, this is going to be a tangent, but have you ever watched the comedian Nate Bargatze?
No.
So he's got a Netflix special on, what's it called? It's called The Tennessee Kid, obviously on Netflix. Really funny, like an hour-long stand-up. Anyway, he has an entire thing on chocolate milk recovery. So I suggest everyone go watch that just for this. I would ruin the jokes if I tried, but a little resource for everybody. So if you can handle dairy, go for it. I would say if you can handle dairy, I would have to put it into a category of it needs to be a really hard workout, because I can't recall exact amounts and it would depend on how much you're having. But I would say it's going to be excessive in the sugar content category, like way more than you actually need. Especially if you're buying like some sort of prepackaged, chocolate milk from a gas station, like what you're saying. I think if you made your own chocolate milk with like a little bit of syrup and you can control it a little bit better, but I know it's going to be borderline like Coke calories or Coke sugar level. And it's just, you don't need that much. Your body does not need that much sugar to recover. However, that is helpful. And then the protein, like, whey protein is a phenomenal source of protein if you can handle that. And so I say theoretically, it's a great recovery tool if you can handle dairy, but you need to watch out for the sugar, and the protein content still isn't phenomenal. I mean, what you're looking for to stimulate muscle protein synthesis is typically around 35 grams of high quality protein. So not just 35 grams of like, we've talked about this before, peanut butter or something like that. You need 35 grams of high quality protein. Milk would be in that category, but so would pea protein, so would meat, things like that. So that's about the threshold you need to stimulate muscle protein synthesis in a significant way for recovery, for muscle growth, for hypertrophy, for strength gains, all this stuff. So to hit that amount in chocolate milk would be a lot of chocolate milk. And however much as the protein increases with your chocolate milk consumption, the sugar is doubling or tripling that to hit that protein goal. So in a pinch, great. Long term, I don't think it's a good strategy for those reasons.
Yeah. I was looking at a bunch of I started Googling a bunch of articles, and there was a lot of people that, like you said, people were jumping on the bandwagon. And then after a while, people start to question, like, really, why are we doing this? And all of the comparisons, all of the studies that they did, it's actually the dairy industry that
right
signed up for a lot of these studies too, which should raise a flag. They would compare chocolate milk with either water or recovery drinks. And like, we're talking Gatorade carb recovery drinks. So no protein, no fat kind of thing, or very, very low. And it's like, well, duh, they're going to recover better if you give them protein, because chocolate milk has protein and carbs, but this other one just has carbs or water. So they were kind of stacking the deck for a lot of these studies. And the studies were also like 8 people, 12 people big. And it was just like a couple of things. So they were very limited, just like a really quick, oh, hey, this does this, but are they even that great of studies?
Yeah. And versus water, that's hilarious. That's like,
yeah. One of the climbing one was on that, and they were like, really? How? Like, why?
Yeah, that's not even like, they don't even serve the same purpose. I feel like you mentioned in your lacrosse days, you would get some water and you would get a chocolate milk, because you knew the difference back then, that like, hey, one, I'm trying to hydrate a little bit more than normal here, but I'm also trying to get some
calories
sugar and
something.
Yeah, some protein. So yeah, that's a funny study. Yeah, I think that about covers it on.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Other ones went into things like, okay, it has like calcium, potassium, and vitamin D, which is good to get. But, if you're still eating normal diets and stuff, if you're getting that otherwhere, and like, there are some proteins that have that. Like, I just looked at Huel earlier before we got on, and Huel has a lot of that.
Yeah.
Equip doesn't, but that's just it's a very bare minimum thing. So if you mix that with a little bit of like almond or coconut milk or something, then pretty much evens out to what chocolate milk would be, but you're not getting all this other excess sugar. And yeah,
it's the sugar, I feel like, is the main problem. Now, I'm not trying to say any form of sugar is the devil, and I'm not even going down that road, but it would be an excessive amount of sugar. If you're trying to meet the recovery threshold for protein, I'd have to pull up one, but I'm guessing to get 35 grams of protein from chocolate milk, we're talking like 60 grams of sugar or more. And that's just insane. Like, if you just did a marathon, go all in on the chocolate milk. But like you're saying, the argument for electrolytes, there's so many easy ways to get electrolytes these days. You can do that so many other ways, through food, through like electrolyte tablets, make your own secret juice like I do. And there are lots of ways to get electrolytes. So do it.
Yeah. So chocolate milk if you absolutely need to, but it's last resort kind of. Others try to do other things more.
I would say in your exact example would be the only time I actually approve it. Like, in a pinch, stopping at a gas station, just did a really hard workout or played a really hard game. What are you going to do? I might at that point recommend, like, hey, have you thought about chocolate milk for today? But if you want to chug like 16 to 20 ounces of chocolate milk after every workout, I think you're going to start gaining weight from all the sugar, and you're going to be like, well, this is awesome recovery. So I wouldn't do it.
Getting 70s big.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for this Ask Me Anything, Everything Chocolate Milk. If you guys have a question, go to garagegymathlete.com/AMA, and we will be happy to answer it. And thanks for everyone who has submitted a question. Now, if you're on YouTube, give us a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know how we're doing. And then Apple Podcasts or any podcast listener, if you want to leave us a 5-star review and positive comment, that helps the show reach more people, and we really appreciate it. But that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed today's Ask Me Anything episode. So one more time, if you want to submit a question, topic, or idea, you can do so at garagegymathlete.com/AMA. And hey, while you're there, if you haven't already, sign up for Garage Gym Athlete membership. We are the best community and programming on the internet. I dare you to try and prove me wrong.